this thing on? Welcome back to this week's episode of Sage's Vitamins. It's capital Sage, and now that we on the same page, that's with an O like you talking about money. The brand is called Sages, and that's with an S. Because I need you to know how to spell Sages when you want to look it up. Capital means money. It also means uppercase. Anyway, this week's Sages Vitamins is special because I'm gonna let the stream of consciousness help me explain my idea. So I've got notes, but we're gonna see where this goes together, forever, always. So, this week's Sages Vitamins is a concept that doesn't have a title. Here we go. A plant, after you plant a seed and it starts to grow, when it finally breaks through the soil and is outside, the first thing that little plant has to do is find sunlight. What do I mean by this? When you wake up, doesn't this shit suck? You are a plant that burst through the soil like a little seedling, and now you have to find the sunlight in order to live, because if you don't, you're gonna die. If you were a plant in this metaphor. Are you following me? It's capital Sage. So, a plant has to find sunlight. What I'm gonna do right now is explain how, if you are a person who is destined to survive, just some shit to make shit easier for you. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. It's just for people who want to survive. Notice I said people. So, a plant, after bursting through the soil, the first thing it has to do is find sunlight because it needs it to live. It has to find water too, but it relies on its angels for that. But it can find its own sunlight. What I mean by this is that you can find your own positivity. You have to look for it if you want to survive. So I'm going to talk about that. Now shit's about to get real. And when I say real, shit's about to get deep. Like Roots, the movie. A slave can never be lost, because a slave always has the North Star. Are you following me? If you were a plant that was looking for sunlight, follow me, okay? If you are a person who is trying to see positivity in this world, I just explained it to you. We should be on the same page. If you keep a North Star, that will guide you to the sunlight. Now, I'm going to explain this for someone who might not be on the same page and wants to get on the same page. No, the stars and the sun are not out at the same time, because this is a metaphor. If you always have the North Star, or a belief that you're not willing to let go of, that will always guide you to the sunlight in trying situations. I told you that shit gets real quick. Hashtag. So, if you're trying to not become a lame in this society, and you just kind of woke up to your power and you want to have tips to make shit easier, first of all, look at all of my videos, because that's all that I talk about. But also, if you keep the North Star in your face at all times, it will always guide you to sunlight. And in this metaphor, which turned from a plant to a slave, the star, it will help you to stay positive even when you don't know where the sun is. Do you follow me? Is this thing on? If you are in a time of I'm looking for the sun and I'm getting kind of weary and I don't feel like I know where I'm going, but I still have this star that I'm following, that's okay. Right? So seeing as how that is all of the ideas that I wrote, I do think that we're nearing time. So I'm just going to reiterate. A plant, after bursting through the soil, the first thing that it has to do is find sunlight. When you first kind of realize the reality that you're in, that you might need to find your own positivity, because you might have to go through a lot of dirt, which is shit's not how I thought it was. I didn't realize I was like this. I didn't realize other people were like this. I didn't realize that shit was like this. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing that you have to do is find the sunlight, like a little plant that's coming out of the dirt. You find it so that you can continue to grow. But I think the reason that this is important is because, don't you want to be a tree? I really hope that helped you. It's capital Sage. And now that we're on the same page, that's with the no like you're talking about money. Hashtag nice people deserve respect. Hashtag God made me. How could I be a flunky? Hashtag ask capital Sage. And hashtag with capital Sage. And with that, au revoir.